How do we do the best customer service?
So today a satisfied customer is the best asset of any organization, any business and any brand. In fact, brand creation is a collection of satisfied customers put together. That is the power of the brand. And every entrepreneur today is in a race of how he can satisfy the needs of his customers in the most efficient and the most economical way to the advantage of the customer.
How do you deal with a customer who is not satisfied?
You need to be proactive. Proactiveness is what the customer gets addicted to. And if you commit a mistake and if you're proactive in accepting that mistake, that customer is with you for life and he becomes your testimony. A customer who is always satisfied is a great customer to have.
Merger and acquisition, how is satisfied customer connected to them?
The data of your customers defines the business that you're operating. Large turnover with a 2-digit bottom line, that is profit after tax, speaks volumes about the brand and the company, because it is possible only if you have satisfied customers and repeat customers. In fact, who your customer is, where your customers are, how many customers you have, what is the repeat value of the customer, this is all mapped and tracked by every investor. The first question that the investor will ask is, what is the repeat value of your customer base?
Udyog Yash is a YouTube channel where we discuss challenges faced by business owners, small business owners and also medium and big corporates. So today we are going to take a very interesting topic, and for that we have today with us Agnelorajesh sir, and the topic today is customer service. Sir, every entrepreneur faces this challenge of satisfying the customer need. As the market is changing, as India is growing, as the customer is also evolving, the customer needs are changing continuously, right? And it is very difficult for every entrepreneur, whether it will be product or service, to satisfy the need of the customer. Right? So how do we do the best customer service?
So today a satisfied customer is the best asset of any organization, any business and any brand. In fact, brand creation is a collection of satisfied customers put together. That is the power of the brand. And every entrepreneur today is in a race of how he can satisfy the needs of his customers in the most efficient and the most economical way to the advantage of the customer. Of course, the challenges have multiplied thanks to technology and social media, because till yesterday, the customer was not aware about other service providers or product providers, but today, he is a well-educated customer. So when it is a well-educated customer, you have to really ensure that you are meeting all his needs and expectations. In fact, I would love to say this, that business today is nothing but expectations management. Whether it is the expectations of your customers, whether it is your team members, your investors, shareholders, government organizations or your vendors, and in that circle. If you don't match the expectations of anybody in that link of 4 to 5 different types of people, you will have a disturbed delivery mechanism. Whether it is a product or a service, doesn't matter. So you need to manage the expectations, and the prime most and the most important definitely is your customer. But your back-end engine, your team, your vendors, they also need to be satisfied with what you are doing and what you are trying to achieve. Your thought process should percolate down to the last man in the organization, so that he understands what are your expectations from them and what is the customer's expectations from what your team is going to deliver. Your vendors are also a part of your team. So your success and failure also depends on the quality and type of vendors that you engage. And vendors also are entrepreneurs. So it's an overall game where there needs to be a proper rhythm. Only then you will have a satisfied customer. So a well-educated, a well-qualified customer today from any part of the country or any part of the world needs to be managed well, and it is very important for you to understand his expectations and then live up to it. If there is a gap, identify it to him that this is the best we can do. Being truthful and being honest is no more an option, it's a compulsion. I'm an honest entrepreneur, that's great. It's not a big difference. But if you are not, then the customer will make sure that he'll advertise for you free of cost that don't deal with this brand. So it is very important that be honest, be transparent and declare it to the customer before entering into the transaction. Do not let the transaction blind you to hide facts which might hurt the customer later on.
Great. I think that's a very valid point. But see, again, there are two types of businesses: product and service. In product, it is still understood that you can control the entire production process. Like there are many technologies like Kaizen and things like that, where we can minimize the error. But in the service industry, managing so many people involved in the delivery of the service is difficult, and so the chances of making error in service is higher. So in spite of doing all this, if there is an error, how do you deal with a customer who is not satisfied?
You need to be proactive. Proactiveness is what the customer gets addicted to. And if you commit a mistake and if you're proactive in accepting that mistake, that customer is with you for life and he becomes your testimonial. A customer who is always satisfied is a great customer to have, but a customer who's disturbed and then you have rectified that transaction or that relationship is your brand ambassador, because he'll go and tom-tom about you to the whole world that this is a great brand to deal with. Whether it is services or whether it is products, customer service is customer service. In the service industry, the challenge is you're going to deal with a lot of people. You'll have a large number of teammates who need to deliver your brand promise. So you need to make sure that you have a standard operating procedure in place. A brand is as strong as the systems used by that brand to deliver product or service to the customer. So without systems and processes in place, it is very difficult to deal with a service industry, or for that matter even a product industry. So you have to keep on training your people all the time. The outcome of a brand depends on the quality standards of the training that you have imparted to the teams involved. Every team member, they might look different, they might talk different, but their answers should be the same. The languages might be different, the countries might be different, or the cities might be different. But every question of the customer from different customers in different locations should generate the same answer from your team member. That is efficiency, that is proficiency, that is excellence in action. If you can do that, the brand will be a very robust brand. So standardizing customer coordinations and customer dealing by your teams has to be monitored every time. It's like the pilot has to give a fitness test every time he takes a flight, even if he's been flying for the last 20 years. Nothing can be taken for granted because lives are at risk. Similarly, your business might not be as the risk that can be carried by your aircraft or by any other type of mode of transport, but it has to be dealt accordingly with the same level of seriousness.
Correct.
For which you have to reset your team member every single day. Every day is a new day, and every day you have to have a huddle meeting that we call, in the restaurants that I operate, we call it as the huddle meetings, where every day you have to refresh that this is the way you need to perform. This is what is expected. This is how the customer is. This is what he expects. You have to repeat the same thing every single day, and you have to monitor what's happened through the day so that you can correct if there are any mishaps. You can correct the next day itself or probably the same day itself. But the correct measures have to be taken all the time. Focus and alertness and awareness is mandatory. You cannot take it for granted. This has to be done repeatedly without losing an iota of enthusiasm.
Great. So in business, we always feel that I have multiple assets, my real assets or my brand assets or my financial assets. But I think customer is also a very big asset. And whenever we go for any joint ventures or any association, it is checked that how many customers you have. Not only that, how many satisfied customers you have. So how does satisfied customer add to this decision making of maybe associating with somebody, or maybe doing a joint venture, or maybe even taking over? So merger and acquisition, how is satisfied customer connected to this?
The data of your customers defines the business that you're operating. Large turnover with a 2-digit bottom line, that is profit after tax, speaks volumes about the brand and the company, because it is possible only if you have satisfied customers and repeat customers. In fact, who your customer is, where your customers are, how many customers you have, what is the repeat value of the customer, this is all mapped and tracked by every investor. The first question that the investor will ask is, what is the repeat value of your customer base? What percentage repeats the product or service that you are selling? And on the basis of that, he will define your multiples, the multiples of your profit after tax or the multiples of your top line. The parameter that he uses is the customer base. And your bottom line, if you're having a 2-digit net profits, that is PAT, profit after tax, that means your team is robust, your vendors are excellent, you have the right investors on board, and you are fulfilling all government compliances. That one answer solves all questions. You don't have to ask the other questions. And smart investors begin their conversation with the customer base that the brand is nurturing or cultivating or trying to leverage. And it is critically important that you should be aware that this is the element which will multiply your valuation. Many a times, similar activity brands are valued differently. Only with one number. That number is your profit after tax. It might be 10 players, same sector segment, same product or service, but their valuation is different. Because the way they have managed satisfied customers, created repeat value, and created testimonials out of customers. That will give you the differential in the valuation. That's how we realize in real estate, two neighboring projects sometimes have a 25% price point difference. It is unimaginable. It is unimaginable. That is purely because of customer service, product excellence, and the coordination that is taken place between the team of that brand and the customers of that brand. It speaks volumes. These are examples that we see day in, day out, that people from the same industry are valued differently. Great. Because of the customer experience.
Great, great. I think also these days, we see a lot of companies going from IPOs, maybe SME IPO or maybe main board IPO. So your satisfied customer has also a value of becoming your shareholder in the future, So there are many stories that people were actually customers and then they become actually the shareholder of the company. So building your customer base so strongly that they can actually help the growth of the organization. What can you discuss about this?
I will give a very smart strategy which I adapt and I implement, that always be the shareholder of the products that you like. Because the appreciation of that share is going to make that product or service free for you. So adapt it as a strategy. I might be a customer to many and many are my customers. So if I invest in their brands, if it's a listed company and if I invest in them, if I'm happy and satisfied with the product, because my first-hand experience of being a customer explains the values, the philosophy and the excellence that that brand has achieved. And generally, I be loyal to the brands that I use. What I wear, what I eat, what I consume, what I drive. These are all brands that I'm loyal to. So why not take stakes and shares in those enterprises or in those brands? Because that brand is going to make me a free customer. I will make a lot of money from the share valuation, which keeps improving all the time, so that my investment in their product or service keeps getting recovered. A very prominent company of our country has also got hospitals, yes. Beautiful hospitals. If you are a shareholder, even if you have one share of that company, technically you are a shareholder, the discount that you get on your billing is 10 times more valuable than the value of that one share. So this is smart buying also. So you can be intelligent customers as well.
Even a big hotel company has the same.
Even a big hotel company has the same thing. They respect their shareholders. So it's a ecosystem. You are a shareholder and you are a customer. As a customer, you are enjoying the product and service, and as an investor, you are reaping the benefits of the growth of the brand that you admire and that you are a customer of. So if you can plan life around this kind of strategies or decisions, it is brilliant. And as a brand owner, as an entrepreneur, you can cite the examples to your potential investors or at the stock market, saying that we are proud to say that majority of our shareholders are our customers. That is the value we build, and that is the relationship that we have invested in with our customer base. It's a part of customer service.
So that is the importance of customer service.
Absolutely.
Great. So these days, maybe you have 1,000 customers or you have 1 lakh customers. Reaching them and serving them or connecting to them becomes very difficult. So these days we have the social media, developed so much, and the way we are doing this podcast, I think every promoter should be on a podcast and connect to his customers. How will this help grow their business?
Oh, podcasting is a beautiful mechanism thanks to social media and all the latest gadgetry that's available, that every entrepreneur can become the brand voice of his own brand. Now, everybody can't afford a Shah Rukh Khan or a Salman Khan or a Amitabh Bachchan or an Akshay Kumar or a Deepika Padukone for that matter. But every entrepreneur can afford to invest time, learn public speaking skills, face the camera and speak your emotions out. Every customer wants to know the man behind the brand. Every customer becomes more confident when he understands the philosophy of the man behind the brand. So if you are communicative, if you are expressive, it will build loyalty, it will build more respect towards your brand, and the people who are not your customers, after listening to your views, will become your customers and want to be a part of your ecosystem. Not only that, you can also attract better vendors to your brand. You can also attract better team members in your team. You can also make sure that the government agencies start respecting you as a brand, because now they know the mind behind the organization. So it's a phenomenal and it's a most economical tool to reach to the masses, and it is historical. The podcast that is being conducted or created for an entrepreneur or a brand owner is in the archives forever, long beyond the lifespan of that particular entrepreneur. So these are thoughts which ultimately percolate down to the last man in the team. Like for example, if an organization has 10,000 people in the team, he cannot be interacting with 10,000 people ever. But by this method, the team member proudly can show it to his family. This is the brand that I'm associated with, and this is the man that I'm working for and working with.
So like they say, there is external customer and also internal customer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So internal customer is our employees.
Absolutely. Every strong brand has every team member as their customer. Every strong brand. I have noticed that. I have a habit of conversing with people. I'm into so many businesses, so many service activities, so many product companies, that I love to understand human psychology, especially a customer psychology. And I also get educated when I get served by different brands which are solving my problems or which are service providers to my requirements. When I learn something from them during a transaction, I try and come and implement that in the multiple businesses that I operate. The best way of learning or the best way of training your team members is make them go to your competition, and learn how they deal with you as a potential customer. That is the best on-the-job training that you can achieve. You have to have trainers professionally who come and train. You cannot escape that cost and effort, but you can also utilize the services of your competition to train not only yourself and your mindset, but the team that you have and their mindset.
Great. So like they say, you take care of your people and your people will take care of your customers. Right. So with that note, thank you very much for the discussion. I think it was very, very insightful, and thank you for your time, sir.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. I work with and for Konark Cancer Foundation. It's a foundation which takes care of cancer patients. If you know anyone suffering with cancer, then we at Konark Cancer Foundation can connect the person with the right resources and facilities to ensure that the right time, right treatment reaches the patient. Whether it is connecting the resources or providing resources to the cancer patient, we do it all. It also includes support for accommodation in the city of Mumbai. We are associated and connected and networked with the right resources, the right doctors and the right hospitals. We can bring all of this on a table to you so that it is convenience for you. Whether it is guidance, whether it is medical support, or whether it is operating procedures, our team facilitates every activity required for the patient and the support required for the family. We also connect you to the right NGOs and donors to ensure that you also get financial support and aid to whatever extent possible to ensure that the treatment happens and the life is saved. If you know of anyone who is suffering with cancer, please connect with us. The details are mentioned in the content below. Konark Cancer Foundation is an NGO. It's a not-for-profit organization, and we have lots of volunteers which support this good deed. So get in touch with us and help us to save lives. You too can be a part of this movement. Konark Cancer Foundation. Thank you so much.